Welcome to Girl Talk. We're really excited this morning. We're here doing a live taping, and we have people around, food and music. We're at the Stained Glass Studio on the east side. Definitely want to check out this place. We'll be talking to them a little bit later about all arts and crafts.
Yes, the winery.
Very exciting. But right now I'm with Michael Lowry. Thanks for being with us here. You're with Kobussen. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, Kobussen Buses.
Kobussen Buses.
Yes, thank you so much for letting me be here today.
It's a pleasure to
morning.
have you here. And we're going to be talking about bus driving here in the community. And we were talking a little bit before the show, and you were really inspiring me, and then we had to go into taping. So let's talk about your story and talk about why you became a bus driver.
Well, I love driving, and I really like working with kids. So when the school came to me and said, hey, we need some help, would you be willing to drive a school bus? I thought, wow, I never really thought about it before, but what a great opportunity. So I became a school bus driver.
That's great.
I think that a lot of us can kind of relate to those times as a kid and how impactful a school bus driver can be, and we're going to touch on that in a little while. But let's talk a little bit about the benefits to the drivers and some of the reasons to do this.
Yeah, a lot of people really don't think too much about being a school bus driver, but man, it's great pay. In our area, school bus drivers are starting off at $16 an hour. Flexible schedules. I mean, we have the mornings where we take kids to school and the afternoons where we take them home, but then the rest of the day, we've got to be able to go out and do errands or play golf or take a little nap or some of those things.
I like that schedule.
Yeah, it's and so in addition to those, there's paid training. And you really get to make a difference in the life of a kid.
And like you said earlier too, you get to be involved with the community and be around children.
It is.
It's a really nice benefit to the occupation.
Yeah,
It is.
and it's really impactful. I was one of those kids that was bused most of my life, from age 5 all the way up to high school, and so my bus drivers really did make a difference. How can you tell us, or what can you tell us about bus drivers now and how they're making a difference?
Well, when I first started driving school bus, I had a student that would get on, and if anyone talked to him, he would just go off and often express profanity and those type of things. So as a school bus driver, when you get in trouble, you get to come sit in the front seat. So as Michael came and sat in the front seat, I began to ask him, I said, does your mom let you swear like this at home? And he put his head down and said, no. He goes, when I was little, my dad left, and then sometime later, my mom said she didn't want me anymore. And so I live with foster parents.
Oh, wow.
And that's when I really figured out, okay, Michael's just afraid of being hurt.
Right.
And so every morning when Michael would get on, I'd give him the fist bump and say, good morning, Michael. And I got some of the other students to do the same thing. And so at first, he's real standoffish and stuff, but pretty soon he started saying good morning. And then one day, Michael was gone, and we came to the bus stop, and, for 3 weeks we didn't see Michael. So I began to wonder if maybe he got moved to another foster home or but then one day I went there, and he's standing out the bus stop, and he's got these 2 big shopping bags full of stuff. And I'm like, Michael, where have you been? Oh, my foster parents went on vacation, and I got to go with them, and I got all this stuff. And I'm like, great, we're going to have show and tell. And he got on the bus, and he goes, and I got this for you, and I got this for you, as he went down the aisle. And that day I realized, with all the other benefits of being a bus driver, I changed a kid's life.
Right. How impactful.
You're going to make us all cry.
I know.
I already heard this story, and I'm tearing.
And he changed my life, and at that point, when you start doing something, when you go home at night and you realize that you made a difference, nothing else. There's so much reward in that.
Right. Wow.
You start bleeding yellow and wearing school bus shoes.
We do have to show off the shoes.
Yes, I love
I
those
think that's a
shoes.
great way.
Really cute. I mean, you talked a lot about the responsibility of being a bus driver, but what are some of the requirements if somebody is interested in being a bus driver?
That's right. If you're interested in becoming a bus driver, well, you got to have a valid driver's license, and you got to be able to work with kids. And then it's a matter of working through and getting a CDL permit. You actually get a driving permit to actually learn how to drive a bus. And then that's something that my company is really good about. We offer a professional comprehensive training program to help those folks along with that way. And then paid training on top of it. So you're actually earning while you're learning. And it takes 2 to 3 weeks, and you're able to get behind a bus and start working with kids.
And you can really find all that online on your website. Michael, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
More than just a bus driver, for sure. Kobussen buses, check them out. We're here at the Vinery. This is Live Girl Talk. We'll be right back.